Good morning. This is Catherine from Gage Dye Works. I'm just going to awkwardly stare, nod at the camera while I invite Andrea to join us. Let's see how that goes. Andrea has joined. There we go. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. It worked. Once again, we have managed the technology.
How's the sound on my end? Sometimes these are terrible and sometimes they're perfect.
It seems fine. Not spectacular, but fine. I can hear you fine and you're good.
Let me try without them. Is that better?
Slightly.
Okay, we'll try this then.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
We have some show and tell today and talking about new projects. Hello from SoCal. Volume is good. Okay, good.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, do you want to just kick it off with this month's yarn, or?
Yeah, I have many things to show. Yesterday, I relaunched last year's yarn club. So yesterday I have I'm calling it the Rainbow Collection is here, which was this shawl and these socks.
I love that rainbow.
And then I don't actually have a sample, but I have a sample, but it's this
Love it.
giant fade rainbow. And there's two versions of everything. I'd wanted to have this in the shop last week and thought I was ready because I did it last year. So I have all the stuff, and then realized, no, I was going to do more of everything. So that took a bit more work. So there's a one-way trip like this, which is great for a muscle burrow hat or a cowl, or, I think that works.
There you go. I feel like that's a look.
So that or a sock version. And same with this. We've got the sock version, or a one-way trip version that is just this, but it fills the whole skein. And then there's a sock version and a shawl version of this guy. So it's just so many nice, cheerful rainbows. It's making me happy. And so far, I thought this was going to be the one that people loved, because it's the one that people have been emailing me since last year to be like, hey, is that going to be available again? But the big winner was the sock version.
That was my pick. Personally, as far as just like yarns go, that's my pick. However, the email newsletter that you sent out yesterday with the pictures of those projects, like, everyone was gorgeous. That cowl was so striking. What a beautiful photograph. What a gorgeous project. Like, I
was about to say thank you, but actually I get zero credit for it. Kelly,
the yarn
club member.
Yeah. And
as I was panicking last week because I was realizing I was not ready, I realized because we had people knitting with this yarn last year, I should stop trying to do my own thing and just ask people if I can share their beautiful pictures, because so many people did amazing stuff that is far better than what I could have come up with. So hopefully,
it was really a cool newsletter. I was very eyeball focus was way up on that one. Some good projects.
Yeah. So that is that's what I'm up to. So the first, that was yesterday we launched, and we'll be able to ship most stuff today, but there's a few things like the socks that I had dyed a handful, but not enough. So those will hopefully go next week. So that is my new thing that I am excited about. And you have a new thing that you are excited about.
I do have a new thing. I have some socks that you all have probably been seeing on my Instagram if you follow me. So these socks were out last week, 1 week ago, and these are the Scrappy Leaves socks. And they have a colourwork motif that is sort of a nature meditation with like leaves blowing in the breeze. And I also love this little toe detail with various colors going. And we have starting out in like a dark teal, switching to this gray background, and then we come back to the dark teal at the toe. So
I really like those. I think the toe, I like the leaves, but somehow the toe, that just like echoing the leaves, but just super simple. That's really, I think that's my favorite part.
I think I love that too. It really makes everything pop. And then it has the standard sort of heel flap construction. I find this kind of construction fits me really well. And a nice little cuff at the top. And I do really love this sock the way that it is, and it coordinates with a hat pattern that I had out last month, the Scrappy Leaves hat. So a similar vibe and the same motif. But one thing that I love for both of these projects is you may not have thought about it, but you could most certainly modify this project and make it really customized by using a different stitch pattern. So this leaf pattern is 10 stitches wide, which is pretty narrow, so it gives you kind of a lot of options. You could use any 5 or 10 stitch colorwork motif to stick in there. And I just happen to be the author of a couple of books that include quite a lot of 10 stitch motifs. So if you haven't seen my books, Alternate and Knitovation, those are really fun for customizing. And I grabbed a pile, actually I made a list the other day, and I just this morning grabbed a pile of motifs that are 5 or 10 stitches. And just from my little grabby, I have this big pile of swatches. So I'm just going to show you some of these, and then you can like think about your creative mind. Got some waves. Oops. Some little roses. Now, all of these aren't the same height, so you'd have to modify for that, but they would all just fit in there. I love this one for spring, these little leaflets. They're so cute. If you want like a whole bunch of little tiny ponies running around your socks, little tiny ponies, that's a 10 stitch motif. And then this one, Little Yappy, is 5 stitches, which I think it's kind of a hilarious all over pattern for a little tiny dog. And I mean, I have so many, I don't want to like go through too fast, but I'll probably make a video or something with some of these in the future. But all of these would fit onto that sock. So if you're into sailing, you might like a little sailboat. If you're into airplanes, airplane. Do I have links to these motif books? Yes, they are in the link in my profile. You can find, they're called Alternate and Knitovation. And these ones are all from Knitovation actually, but there are quite a few in Alternate as well.
Let me,
whoops, put that one right side up. So anyway, those are just some of the motifs. Oh, thank you. There is Knitovation. That's the one that all of these motifs are from. So I love projects that you can kind of like just play, sort of plug and play. So any of the 10 stitch motifs would fit on this sock or this hat, and you could just sort of play around and customize and make things your own. So that's a pattern Scrappy Leaves socks and Scrappy Leaves hat that you could then kind of make maybe the leaf version, and then you could make all sorts of versions. So it's a really versatile pattern in that way. So that came out last week, and you can find the link to the hat and the socks and the books in my profile. And you can also just go to andrearangel.com if you are into just doing it that way, and everything's on there.
Nice. I will also just say, if you happen to already have the book and are already reaching to it to find a substitute,
oh yes,
the index at the back shows you the stitch repeat, so you don't have to flip through everything. You can just look here and look for the number 10, and that'll show you the ones with the 10 stitch repeat.
Thank you for that reminder. That is a very handy tool that I was really excited to be able to include in the book. Is like, if you need a 10 stitch repeat, yeah, you just look at the index and it'll give you a list of all the 10 stitch repeats, and you can just look them up and sticky note which ones are interesting to you and come back to them, and just like have different, completely different socks than what you see in front of you. So yeah, customizing.
I also think this is like obvious, but also sometimes you don't think of it till someone tells you. You don't have to do the same thing 3 times.
That is true.
Leaves and then horses.
It's totally true. You could have multiple different color work in the same spots that I have all these little leaves. You could have 3 different ones, or you could have 1 tall one, or you could have 2. Use your creativity. That's what I love about knitting, is it's just what you like is what matters more than anything. So yeah, that's my big thing to show off today.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it. I will also mention, so I've been doing this year, I've been doing birth flowers every month, and March is cherry blossoms. Mm-hmm. And right now in Victoria, we are getting cherry blossoms. Yes. I think they're a bit late this year because the weather could not make up its mind. But we do have some cherry blossoms. I did a worsted weight version and a fingering weight version. And I did knit a pair of socks, and I liked the stitch pattern on the socks so much that I used it again on the hat. Okay. And I love the way it turned out. It's just like a broken rib, I think. Like it's 3 knit 3 purl 1 and then knit 3 purl 1, but staggered by 2 stitches.
Nice.
But I broke the rule that I know I shouldn't do, where you shouldn't do a sample and then not have a pattern to point people to.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, oh, it's such a simple modification. So some people have requested, I'm not gonna write a pattern, but like some pattern notes. I love the hat, just needs a pom-pom.
Ooh, well, that would be cute.
That is true. And I feel like I have a pom-pom right over there. I may have to disappear and try that out. Anyway, I will have some pattern, just some like notes about setting up the stitch pattern. And I just did kind of a swirly
nice
crown so that you could kind of work in pattern. So I will have those notes, not this week. This week is a busy week, but I think next week.
Very cool.
We'll
yeah, that would be really nice. That's a really cute one.
Yeah. And now I'm desperate to see if I have a pom-pom over there.
Should. I will talk just a tiny bit about, we have been working hard on this summer's club. So we have patterns in development, we have yarn in development, we have a concept, a theme for you. The signups for the summer club are going to be on May 22nd. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, every summer, Catherine and I create 3 patterns, usually every summer. Sometimes it varies, but this year it will be 3. And 3 custom yarns. And we design the patterns and the yarn in collaboration together. So it's a very much of a give and take. Like, I need more red here, or I like this color, but I want it to be greener. Things like that we go back and forth on creating yarns and patterns together. And then you can sign up for the whole club on May 22nd. And then you get a skein of yarn and a pattern in June, July, and August. Or you can sign up for them one at a time if you prefer. And we'll tell you more about that as time goes on. But we are hard at work on that project, and it is coming along beautifully.
Yeah, and as we get closer, we will start showing you what we've done in previous years. Mm-hmm. Although I think many of you were there in previous years, so
probably.
You know. Yeah.
Probably.
Well, that was an excellent 30-second filler. My pom-poms are at home.
Oh, too bad.
They're just on a shelf beside the back door. I never realized. I brought home a skein of perfect purple yarn and a nice white pom-pom, and then didn't cast on for the, you know, I had like a weekend where it's like, that's it. This is the weekend I'm knitting this hat, and then instead I don't know, knit a pair of socks or
something,
pruned something in the backyard, you know.
Yeah, things come up. Well, next time maybe you'll have your pom-poms and we can share hat pom-pom vibe.
Yeah, because that is a good idea.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Well,
so we usually do this every month. Everybody who is here, thank you for being here. And hopefully we will be back next month. We don't have a particular day, but every month, usually on a Thursday-ish or a Tuesday. Have we done Tuesdays? I don't think so.
Lately, we've been consistent with Thursday.
All right.
But so not consistent with like the something Thursday of the month.
Yes.
So
thank you all for being here, and hopefully we will see you next month and have more to share with you. So
yes, yeah. So thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time.
bye.
Bye.